Hola, Ubaldo.
Hola, Bill. How are you?
Muy bien. What's happening?
Oh, it's just another beautiful day in paradise.
Man, I heard that the sun is shining, but I had my back to the window like the whole day.
Right?
So
That's why I come to the office. I sit on one particular desk where I can see the sun like come from the side, because if not, I will never see it. I got so many Zoom meetings. It's like one right after the other.
It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. I'm gonna mute myself.
Yep, absolutely.
Made it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know who it was, but they ain't got no meeting no more.
Oh, well.
They should have reserved the spot. We had it first.
I was thinking about ending the meeting, but then I was like, oh, I'm going to check with Ubaldo first.
Yeah, no, I was thinking like it was maybe snow, but she was from 11 to 12, so she should have been way done. So, find your home, Kuz. All right.
Let's give it a few minutes. Let people get on. All right, I got to give a full disclaimer before this class starts today. If you don't know, it's Tuesday, and Tuesday is the day that KWRI likes to mess with everything. So we're going to do our best to go through this and just show what we can do, and I've been messing with it all day, and it's not doing what I want it to do in some cases. Can everybody see the app on my screen and the website?
Yep.
All right. All right, we'll give it a few minutes.
What are you using, BlueStack?
Yeah, that was just the first thing I found.
Yeah, I've used it before. It's pretty good.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and if you have an Android and you actually log in with your account, it syncs just like if it was your phone.
I know. I was getting my calendar like here, right here. You could see it on here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, your notifications.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. All right, I'm going to jump off for a second. I got to move from locations. So I'll jump on when I get back to it.
So there's this fun website I discovered. It's called status.kw.com. I don't know who's supposed to know about it, but now you guys do. And of course, the one thing we're going to go over today is experiencing major outages. So just bear with me as we go through it all. Start at 105. How you doing, Marianne?
I think I had myself muted.
You were.
I'm sorry. I'm just getting used to all this KW techie stuff. I'm telling you.
You got it all down pat.
I love it. This is so
Hey.
fabulous for me, way up here in the UP, and I get to be with you guys every day.
Yeah, it's good, right?
Oh, wonderful.
All right, well, let's get going. So if you guys can see my screen, right?
Right.
We've got command here and the mobile app.
Yep.
All right, so who hasn't used the mobile app yet? Has anybody not looked at it yet?
I have not.
Okay, so you're gonna go to your Apple Store or Play Store or whatever, and you're gonna search Keller Williams Real Estate, and you're gonna see this logo up here. It's the red KW in a white square. And you could download that. Now, one thing you got to remember, you're going to get to this screen where it says to sign up or log in. This is not your MyKW login. Remember, this is consumer facing. So you're going to actually sign up as if you're a consumer. So you could see what your consumer sees. So I'm going to log in as a consumer.
So the KW Buy and Sell Real Estate, is that the one?
Yeah, it's called KW Buy and Sell Real Estate.
All right.
So like I said, if you're not logging in with your MyKW, you have to create an account as if it's yours or your client's. So we're going to go through the app, just kind of get a feel for it, see what's on there, what it does, because it's very different than the previous one we've had in the past. And it's good for you to know how it works too, for when you're showing your clients how to use this. So this is the basic screen that we log into. This is what they're going to see. You're going to see some whatever's around you because it's using your device's location. If you're scrolling around the map, you're going to see the different neighborhoods. So you see the blue outlines. These are all neighborhoods that are defined by the social network Nextdoor. One thing we hear a lot is that some real estate agents some real estate agents disagree with the neighborhoods that are set from Nextdoor, but we got to keep in mind that neighbors that live in a Nextdoor community have decided that that's the neighborhood. Eventually, we'll be able to create our own neighborhoods over these. Just keep that in mind. So just looking at the app here, at the top left, there's a little button that says list. So if you did not like this map view, your client can switch over to list. That just is like any standard app there. You get to see going through the list.
Right, I love it.
I'm going to click back on map. So under the search bar, we have price, beds, property type, or more. If I click on more, you get all your different filtering capabilities. So if they're searching for specific townhomes or whichever. So next to the filters here is this map filter. If they are interested in looking at what's on the market as a satellite view, they can choose that, and then they'll see it as a satellite view. So we see that there's a property for sale right here. If I click on it, I could see the details of this property. So it's 149.9. I get my pictures. This is a very ugly listing, but that's the one that was there. So if they pull their screen up, they'll get a little more information about the listing. So they'll see the description that's in the MLS, who the listing brokerage is. That's required here in Illinois. I don't know about anywhere else. The home details, they'll click on see more. That just allows them to see some more information about the listing. We'll get to places in a little while, but they can add a place. So if they're searching and this is where they work, every listing that they look at will show them how long it's going to take them to get to work, either by driving, biking, or walking. So it's going to take me 3 hours to get to the office from where I am, or where this listing is, if I walk. See nearby schools with student and teacher ratios. If there's any upcoming listings, of course, a mortgage calculator. And then they have links directly to Keller Mortgage and Keller Covered, where they can apply for a mortgage right on the app. Any questions on this, how the listings appear on this app?
No, that's great.
So some buttons at the top. This little button here, this little caret, if I click that, it'll drop the listing down. So I'll go back to the map. The heart, obviously, if I heart the property, that means that I want to save this property into a collection. We'll get to those soon. This little eye right here that has the line through it, if I never wanted to see this listing again, if I chose that, I would never see the listing again. So it is pretty ugly. So I don't know why I've hearted this one. I should have got rid of this one, but it's there. And then of course you got a share button here if you wanted to share the listing with somebody else. Something new that our app does that not many others do, I don't think any do, is if I'm going to search, if I want to search, I can search by a landmark. So if I wanted to live, around Navy Pier, I would type Navy Pier in there. And it's going to take me right over Navy Pier. And now I can search all the houses that are in the area for sale that are right around Navy Pier. And they can get really zoomed in here and really see the area. And as they scroll in, because this is connected with Google Maps, they'll start seeing some 3D buildings. So I don't know if you've ever looked on Google Maps, but if you go down to the city of Chicago, you can actually see the buildings as 3D rather than just an image of them. Some other functions here using the search bar. Is current location. Obviously, wherever I'm at, if I hit current location, it'll zoom right into that area.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see these little icons on the map. This, let's see if I could find another one. So this one right here, it says Keller. So this is the neighborhood of this specific area named Keller from next door. So if I click on Keller, I can get the layout of that entire neighborhood and then just get some quick snapshots on what's going on in that neighborhood. So we got days on market, the sold stats, what the locals say. So looks like it's luxury culture there, outdoorsy, nature. And then you get some places that are around in that neighborhood. So restaurants that are around, nightlife, shopping, and that's all provided from Yelp. So give some good information on there. Some
Lori?
other, yes.
Hi, it's Liz. My app doesn't look anything like that with all the options. And I just looked to see if I, like in my app store, and it's not showing that it needs to be updated.
Mine doesn't either.
Okay, so what are you not seeing? The satellite view?
Let's see, let me reopen it. Like, I don't see the satellite view. I don't see the header on top there. mine looks different.
Which header?
With the KW, I don't see that either.
Like,
Are you talking about this stuff up here?
Yeah,
right.
You're
Right.
not going to see that stuff. I'm using an
Okay.
Android emulator to run the app
oh,
on the computer.
But even so, under search, I see the, the criteria being price, beds, property type, more, but I don't see an option for satellite.
Okay, well, I went over this at the beginning. If you click on more,
All right.
then you go to map,
yeah.
Okay.
then you can
Sorry.
choose between the two.
Sorry, Corey.
Were you late, Liz?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Never. Ever. I'll
All
shut up now.
Okay.
All right, so say I wasn't interested in any of these neighborhoods, I can go to draw here as the consumer and I could just draw a specific area that I want to search for houses. So I could do that. It'll search. Let me do it again. Oh, so say I wanted that specific area right there. Now, as the consumer, I could see that there's only one house in that specific area that I drew. But if I wanted to, I could save this specific area by clicking save. And then I could type in the name of the search. And then this would allow me, if I wanted to keep checking on this area all the time, I could use my search bar and click on that neighborhood that I drew myself. So same thing, it saves your searches. So you can't technically create your own neighborhoods yet. However, if you wanted to draw your specific area that you were looking in, you could do that and know that you could save it. So any other questions on this screen here? So right now we're on the default screen that it opens up to, which allows you to search the map. Any questions? Marianne, you good?
I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, so now we got five buttons on the bottom of the app screen there. We've
Right.
got search, which we just went over, feed, guide, saved, and more. Well, let's go to more first. So I clicked on more. I'm logged in under Jacqueline's account in her app. So she can, what she can do is she can look at the history of all the properties she looked at. My account would allow her to change her password, things like that. Adding a co-buyer. So this is new. We didn't have this on the other app before. If you're a husband and wife and you're looking for a property, or if you just wanted to add in your grandma or whatever, as a co-buyer, you could do that and everybody can save and look at homes together by using the co-buyer button there. So if I click on it, you could see this is Jacqueline's account, but Corey is the co-buyer on here. So anything that Jacqueline saves to her profile, I can take a look at and leave notes on. And one good thing to know is when the client adds in a co-buyer, that co-buyer's information is automatically put into your contacts and command here.
Wow.
Okay, so next one down is share the app. So as long as you see that you're branded here and your name is at the top with your picture, as long as you click on share the app, it'll give you some ways to do that via text, message, email, whichever.
I don't have a picture on mine. I wonder why.
Does it say your name?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll have to look at your MyKW. Do you have a picture in command when you log in? So right here, you see where my name is?
I thought I did. I'll go back and check.
Yeah, check that.
Okay.
And then two other options here is they can click on Keller Mortgage. That would allow them to get started with a mortgage if they wanted to. And they could look at Keller Covered where they can get up to, they can get some quotes on home insurance.
This is so perfect because I'm working with a new buyer right now, and this is just perfect. I'm emailing this to him as we speak.
Okay, so that was the More tab. We showed how to add in the co-buyer. We looked at the Keller Mortgage links, the profile link. Now we're going to go to Feed. So this is the second icon in at the bottom. So Feed allows the co-buyers to see what each other's doing on the app. So like I said earlier, this is Jacqueline's app, so she logs in with her own login. But since I'm a co-buyer, she can see everything that I'm doing on my own app. So it looks like I added a home. If I click on it, it'll take me to Corey's favorites. So these are all the houses that I've hearted and saved in my own collection. Now you can see where they drew an area, or if they created new collections or whatnot. So any questions on that, the feed? Okay, so next icon down at the bottom is guide. Now I gave you guys a disclaimer before we started the class. It is Tuesday, and I always do this to myself, but I always do tech classes on Tuesday when KWRI is doing a bunch of updates and things get a little goofy. But this guide you see at the top, it says buying or selling, so you can switch between whatever the client's doing. If they're buying, they can go through, they could see what's happening, you know, what are the steps to buying a property. And this is all completely customizable. You can change every one of these steps. You can, if you don't like how they have it worded, you can type over it. So if I click on this one that says find your home today, we clicked on it, it's just going to give a little more of a description of what it means to find your home today. I've actually already marked this step as completed. So you'll notice that this circle here is blue, this one, and then this one's not. So that means that we've yet to execute a contract. So the guide just allows them a little more information about buying or selling a home.
Great.
And like I said, we'll show you in a few minutes how to customize this. I was messing with it this morning, and I assume that the changes that I made will appear at some point. They haven't yet, but I'll show you how to do that. So when it is up and running correctly, I assume it's just today, but we'll take a look at that. All right, and then the next, any questions on the guide?
No.
Next one is the saved button at the bottom. So this is where I'm going to see. This is where I'm going to see collections. So we can create collections of things. So I might want to create a collection of a certain neighborhood and the homes that I like in there. Or if I click on this view all, I can see. So we're in Jacqueline's app, so Jacqueline can look at her own favorites, but she can also look at mine from my login. So if I click on there, I'm able to look at what Corey has saved, and then I could add notes onto them. So if I click add note,
Wow.
I don't like this one. So we'll see a note there. So you can have as many collections as you want. So down here at the bottom, there's a button that says new collection. You give it a title, and then you can start saving to that collection.
Hey, Corey?
Yeah.
Exactly how does one add a note to, you know, a listing?
So if I'm looking at somebody's favorites, there's a little add note button at the bottom of each listing.
Mm-hmm.
I see it now.
Yeah.
See how I added the note here?
I don't like this one.
I actually do like this one.
I was gonna say, it's pretty nice.
It's a great feature.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, this is nice for parties of more than one purchasing things.
Mm-hmm.
Corey, I have a question.
Yeah.
When you have these properties in here, are they all, if they're no longer active, will they still show up because you've chosen them?
I do think that they drop off. I don't know the answer 100%, but I think after they're sold, they're gone off of your favorites.
Okay.
Has anybody noticed that they may have dropped off? I think that they do drop off because Jacqueline had a ton of saved favorites in there, and there's not many in there
It
anymore.
would make sense because otherwise you'd have them saved and they could all be not available anymore.
Right, right. Yeah, I think they drop off.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm. So any questions on the collections?
No.
So remember earlier we saved this neighborhood. That's also going to be under your saved section here. So if you're just running in and you want to see what's going on in that neighborhood, you just click on it. So any questions on the app at all?
No, I love it.
One
Hey,
thing-
Corey,
Yeah.
this is like a general question. When do we send the link to this app to our customers? Is it generally after we have the buyer agreement in place and then we'll ask them, we'll send them the link to the app, or?
I would send it to them whenever. I don't know that, you know. So do you guys have to get buyer agreements signed in California? Are you from California?
Yes.
So you guys have to get them signed?
I am a new agent, so I'm assuming
Okay.
that we have to, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I would check with someone at your office just to double check that. But I've just been sending it out to everybody that I know, regardless if there's buyer agreements or not.
I can speak to that. I don't think we necessarily have to get a buyer agreement signed. It just shores up the odds that they'll stick with us in the event.
It's going out to my whole database.
Yeah. It's really a value add to your client because right now you could, you know, with everything going on in the world and Keller Mortgage is there, we can share this app with them and they can go ahead and refinance their house through this app. So
Yeah.
it's just a value add for you.
Okay.
Ori?
Yeah.
Okay. At the top of the page of the app, there's the More button.
Mhm.
And that's where all the, you know, the Keller, well, no, I'm sorry. That's where you can define what you're looking for. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, there's two things. One that says price reduced in the past 7 days and show hidden listings. What's a hidden listing?
God darn it, I knew you were going to ask me that question. I have no idea what a hidden listing is.
Or was that hidden by your partner or whatever and you still want to see it?
You know what? That's probably what it is. So you know how when if I'm looking at a listing, let me go here. Let me click on it one more time. If I'm looking at this listing and I choose this eye that hides the listing from me,
Uh-huh.
that's probably what that search function stands for. So if I hid like 15 listings in a specific neighborhood and I was like, oh God, I want to see those again that I hid, then I would come down to here, click show hidden listings, and my listings that I hid will appear again.
Okay. Question number 2, right above that, price reduced in the past 7 days. So when you click on that, does that mean when you go back to the page where it shows listings, only those that have been reduced will show up, correct? Or, I mean, how does that technically work?
That's how I read it, and that's how I would assume that it's searching that way. So
Because like on the screen that I'm looking at, there are some listings that are in, say, a dark black circle, and some are in a gray circle. So what does that mean?
yeah, that's a good question. I was trying to figure that one out earlier because I was looking at the map on the website, comparing it to this, and all of them that are on the website
are all black.
They're all black besides the ones that I've marked with a heart.
Okay.
So I don't know. I have to get clarification on what specific, what causes them on the app to be a little gray versus darker.
Okay. That's what I was so if you could find out that and then find out if only price reductions show up when you hit that, I would appreciate it.
Sure. Let me take a note of that real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I toggled that price reduction thing on, but it looks like all the same listings are appearing.
Okay.
Looking at my map, all the gray listings on my map are vacant land. So I don't know if that's the difference.
Well, I definitely know that these aren't vacant land here. These are,
Okay.
see that this is a condo. That's a
maybe
condo.
anything
So I
other
wonder
than
if the grays, are condos.
Maybe anything other than a single family?
Well,
No, 'cause
no,
that's a
because
house.
the ones on my page, the gray ones are not condos.
Yeah. So we'll figure out what that means.
And I'm sure this is a question for, command, not you, but it's bugging the crap out of me because right in my neighborhood, there continues to be a house posted that's listed that's in Chesterton, Indiana, and I live in Munster. And it's been there for the longest time. I'm like, WTF? Why is that showing up here? Any clues?
I would just submit that to support.
Come on, Corey, you're supposed to answer all my questions.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't build this.
All right.
Yeah, I would definitely submit you have to submit that so that they know, and you can easily submit support, feedback on the app by going to your account, the more icon at the bottom,
Okay.
my account, and then feedback.
All right. I figured, just checking though.
All right, so let's kind of see, let's shift gears into command a little bit now and see how this works with command. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm looking at my contacts. I'm seeing the first two here. They both have a green check mark next to them. Those two people are, if we see that check mark next to them, we know that they have registered and logged into the app.
Oh, great.
Or your agent website, both of them. So I'm going to click
Corey,
on,
is that they've checked in at, in the last 2 days, or they've checked in the
No.
last 2 years?
no, it's whenever they've created an account on your either website or mobile app.
So that will remain checked even if they set up an account 3 months ago.
Yeah, you're gonna know the last time that they visited by this last visited
Right.
here.
Right. Okay, just checking.
This is awesome.
So here's the default screen for my contacts. If I click on this last visited here, it should show me, and the metrics are a little delayed today. I told you that it's Tuesday, bear with me. But you could see that she was on today. And I'm gonna click on her name. And we did look at some listings on the app today. She did send me a message through the app today, so I can see what she's looking at. So these are dated a couple days or a month back, pretty much. But you can see what they're looking at. So if she viewed this listing, I can click on the listing ID, and it'll take me to the listing that she's been looking at. Keep in mind, I would make this a best practice, especially if you're doing Facebook ads or if you're really trying to share the app out and you're getting responses, people are downloading, they're logging in. You're going to see a lot of those notifications here at the top with this bell. You see there's a little red dot on it. And you're also going to get the notifications from the Kelly app. You're going to want to make sure that Kelly's updated, signed in. That's how you get notifications, and you're also getting notifications from Command.
How do you do this from the phone app? Do you have to be to find your contacts? Where are you going to get your contacts?
I'm in Command. So agent.kw.com.
Oh, okay, got it.
Right here. Yep. I don't personally use the Kelly app much. I do keep it logged in on my cell phone and updated though, because compliance notifications and things like that should be pushing through the app. So I'm going to take a look here. I'm going to go down to Corey now. I see today he was messing around. He finished some of the steps on the guide. So if we're looking at the seller guide, looks like he went through the review offer step and step completed for showing your home. Now, so how do we control this? How do we control this guide for our clients? If they are connected, if your client is connected by checking this checkbox, by seeing that the checkbox is there, and if I create an opportunity for them, we see we have this thing called seller profile here. So if we click on seller profile, we'll see that they are registered with the consumer platform. So there's our check mark again. Now, you could come in here and manage the guide that shows up on their phone for them. So if you know that we were showing the home, you could check the box for completed. If you guys went over offers, and you chose one, you can come in here then and click completed. And these would automatically update on the client's app itself. So say the inspection was done, we would click on that, the appraisal, we finish that, and now all we got to do is close. I'm going to click save. And now that will automatically update the steps that appear on their mobile app. So any questions about that?
No.
Liz, you good?
Yep.
Anybody else? All right, so how do we, so we've seen how to manage the guide for our clients, so we can mark steps completed for them. And those would appear as notifications to them. Just keep in mind, I told you today that they are having some sort of technical issue, so you're not going to see them push through to here today. But they have, I've seen it. But how do I change this guide now if I want to change this? If I don't like this at all, you know, I want to change the picture, I want to change the text, I come into here and command, and if we click the red KW at the top, you can see we're going to go to consumer. So in the consumer tab is where you can handle your landing pages, your agent website, and the guide, which is called Guide Builder. I'm going to click on Guide Builder real quick. So here's the two guides we got. So in the app, we see we have a buying guide and a selling guide. So if I want to take a look at the buying guide, I see there's 9 steps. 2 clients are registered on my mobile app. So I'm going to click on buying. Now here's how we could take a look and edit the guide. So this guide should match whatever you see on the client's guide here. So the only thing that's different here is when I was trying to mess with this earlier, I added these extra exclamation points in here, and you could see that they have not pushed over yet to this.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that eventually at some point after they get whatever issues going on today fixed, that they'll automatically go there. So if I want to edit this guide, I just click on this particular step. Now these are considered steps. So the first step is find your home, get pre-approved, tour homes, make offers. If I want to edit this particular step, I just click on it. So then you get your, you can configure the guide step here. So you can put a new photo in here if you don't like that photo. Your card title is the title you see where it says find your home today. Your card subtitle is the little paragraph that's right under your main title. So it'll give you a quick description of this step. And then your workspace text is the more meaty portion of this. So if I was to click on this find your home today in the mobile app, this is where that workplace text comes in. Workspace. I don't know why I keep saying workplace. So, guys got that?
Oh, got it.
If I didn't even want this step, if I'm clicking on it, I see a little trash can right here. I can remove this step. I could scroll down to the bottom and add more steps.
Do they have different pictures that you can, are there pictures like loaded up on the system that you can switch in and out, or?
Yeah, so you got to be careful, you know, taking your photos off of Google and things like that. However, if you, let me show you real quick. If we go into the designs application here,
Okay.
if you took pictures, you could definitely add in your own pictures. You could add in, as long as there's some websites, you know, if you take it from the website, they could possibly go after you. But so KW has a ton of images that kind of look like that available to use. I think they call them royalty-free images or whatever it is. If I click on social, and then I just got to find where they are. I can't remember exactly where they are. Might have been under print. Oh, no, I know. You just got to go to where it says My Designs here and start from scratch. Then if you go to images and then company, the company will have tons of different images that you could use.
Okay.
So they got them all broken down. So if you wanted to use one, you bring it over here, you resize it, and then you download that image. You resize it to match the size, then you could just download it and upload that into your app. If you were worried about, you know, taking a picture off the internet or whatnot.
Okay.
Great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Did you catch how I got there? Because I was kind of stumbled through that. I couldn't remember exactly where they were.
You said designs.
Yep, I went to designs, my designs, then click start from scratch or from blank. And then I'm going to choose just any one.
Images. Oh, Facebook.
It doesn't matter. You got to get a blank canvas.
Okay.
Then we go to images, company. So these are KW images that they've created, or they are allowed to use them, and so are you. So they got quite a few. All right, so let's get back to consumer. And so any questions on this sellers, just messing around with the guides, updating them. See, I had changed this one. It says get ready to show your home, but it hasn't updated on the app yet. So now let's take a look at your agent website and see. We can see how similar this looks to the mobile app. So if your client creates an account on your mobile app, that automatically means that they have an account on your website. So anything that they see on the mobile app should match anything they see if they go to your website. So I've logged in here as Jacqueline. This is my website here. And so here's the feed. So just like the feed that's on the mobile app, we have a feed button on the website that shows exactly the same thing as what's on the app. So if somebody's tired of sitting on their phone looking at properties, they can do everything that they're doing from the mobile app on the website exactly the same. And then same with the guide. If they want to go through their guide on here, it's going to be the same exact guide as you see on the mobile app.
So they need to be registered on your website first?
No.
No.
One or the other. Wherever
Okay.
they create an account, that means they have an account on both applications.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Oh, another question, Corey.
Sure.
Can they change agents? Like
Um,
my example, you know, because I'm way up here in the UP, I refer all my work to other agents. However, I would be initiating getting a client with the app. So then once I refer them out, can they change to the other agent?
Yeah, that's a good question. If they go to more on the bottom,
Yeah,
then they click view profile on the current agent.
right.
Right here, there's a button that says view.
Yeah.
They can remove.
Oh, cool. Okay. Easy. And then the other agent just sends them an app.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or they could find that agent that they've connected with, whichever.
Oh, okay. Better yet. Good deal.
So any questions on how the guide looks between the app and the website?
So Corey, so if the client actually removes the agent, then we are not going to see their feed anymore, right? If
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't make it very easy because a lot of people are not going to click on this. They have to have it on there. It wasn't there before. They had to add it for whatever reason.
Okay.
Even the old app had a way to remove an agent. So.
Okay.
So looking back on the website now, again, I could see the saved searches. So I created this Keller neighborhood on the app, but it's now on my desktop as a saved search. See, it looks exactly the same. There's that one listing that was on there. And if I click on it, it allows me to take a look. It looks exactly the same as what it looks like on the mobile app.
Hey, Corey,
So creating consistency. Yeah.
question for you. And I've already submitted this question to Command, but wondering if you might know the answer. I noticed that on my website, it doesn't designate if there like a listing is contingent SI or anything. And so it looks like it's a lot, you know, a regular listing. Shouldn't there be some kind of notification on the website? We tout, or the app, because I'm showing it the same listing on my app, and we're touting how this is last, you know, state of the art, you know, up to date, and then it really isn't in that regard.
Well, let's see. So I'm looking at filters. So on the app, I know that I can search by filter. So I'm only looking at pendings that are actives that are showing up.
Right. So, well, let me take a look.
Now I assume if I change that to pending and get remove active, now there's 3 properties there that show pending. And you see that there's a pending right here in the corner of the picture.
Yeah. But it just seems like if a it should just automatically pop up as pending if it is pending, to me.
So you want the pendings to show too?
Well, just if it, well, no, what I'm saying is that the property is pending, but it shows up as if it's an active listing. And therefore it's misleading because I had a client saying, oh, I want to look at this house. And per your instructions, I was sending them a link to my website. And then I looked at it and I was going to schedule a showing, and I went to the MLS and it's already been under, contingency for 2 weeks. But it showed up on my website. So that's the discrepancy. It should say pending automatically if it's going to show up at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm seeing on the picture that it shows pending.
Well, I sent this into command already yesterday, but
Yeah,
didn't
that's
know
all we
if
gotta, I can't change how it appears. We have to let them know what we don't like.
Yes.
Yep.
All
That's
right.
the best thing to do. Let's take a look here for a second. So some people have suggested that looking at these maps and all the blue lines can be a little overwhelming. So you got some options here. If you click on this button here, that will get rid of the blue lines, the neighborhoods. So that's a new feature there. Just taking a look at some neighborhoods. You can search by neighborhood there. I can explore the neighborhood on here. It's fairly all the same information that we've seen in the app. So any questions about the app, the guide builder,
I do. Can we look at property for sale in other countries?
That's a good question. I do not believe that we have access to other countries yet.
I think, Corey, if there's an area that we have a market center in, I know that there's, I believe in Italy, either Ukraine or one of the Balkan countries has some KW offices. I haven't looked specifically, but I bet you that those would probably come up. Maybe not.
Sure, I'm looking right now. I'm over Canada, and here's listings popping up.
Great.
I guess it probably depends on what the MLS rules are in that specific country. If we have a market center there, like Bill said.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Hi, Corey.
Hi. Yeah. Oh, got an error.
Oh, I love this app.
So it looks like we can see some things.
Oh.
Let's take a look at this. $1.1 million. You can get yourself a house in Italy.
Wow. Beautiful.
I wonder if that's euros or dollars.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
who knows?
right.
Who knows? Wonder what my commute time would look like. Oh, it's not even calculating it.
Whether you get a direct flight or not.
All right, any other questions on this? We went over the mobile app today, kind of how it works with command. You've seen how it shows up in a contact record, what they're looking at. We went over Guide Builder, how we can change the guide. What else did we go over?
We looked at the website.
Yep, we looked at how the website compares to this.
Totally awesome. Just incredible.
Any last questions about it? Any last questions on command? Anything?
Hey, Corey,
Yeah.
where is this recording going to be posted?
I think Ubaldo has created a YouTube page with, or we can get it in the Facebook group. But I'm pretty sure that he's created a YouTube page that has like a playlist of all these videos.
Okay, great. Okay,
I'll check with him on that.
Wonderful.
thank you. It was a good training.
Wonderful class, Corey. Thank you.
All right. Well,
Thank you,
thanks for
Corey.
coming by.
Thank you.
Thanks, Corey.
Nicole.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.